Yeah. Way up.
Right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and happy Monday! Whoop, whoop. Man, listen, yeah, I got in from Houston this morning, so you know what it is. I was at the Honeyland Festival, and I'll talk about that more in about last night. And it was the first time they've done it, though. It's like a food, drinks, and music festival. It was outdoors, and if you're in that area, you know it was raining yesterday. Dan, my producer's here. Yes, Dan, you look like you're about to jump out of your seat, and your mic's not on. Okay, there we go.
Good morning, Ange.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We do have some great guests joining us today. The Invisible Ache is the name of the book. Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith. You know Dr. Robin from Oprah, and Courtney B. Vance, actor. And now the Hollywood strike is over. So we recorded this interview just in all transparency. And so at that time, he wasn't allowed to promote what he has going on, but we'll discuss it ahead of him. All right. But in the meantime, let's spread some love and positivity. 800-292-5150. Shine a light. 800-292-5150. And guess what? Let's all live your life. It's T.I. and Rihanna. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Monday, and let's spread some love and shine a light. I want to shine a light today on Bun B. Now, I was in Houston over the weekend, and I was there for the Honeyland Festival, and a lot of that is about food. And he had his Trill Burgers out there at the festival, and when I tell you that line never stopped. And not only that, Bun B was there. I love when somebody is the face of a business, and it's their business, but they also are very present in promoting that business, right? Dan, you shaking your head?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yes. And I actually got to try the veggie Trill Burger. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, are y'all sure this isn't meat? But shout out to you, Bun B, for doing a thing, okay? And now who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150. Leomi, how are you?
Hi, Angela. How are you?
Good. I love your energy already. You just made me perk up. Who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light out to my man. That's not my man, but that's my man.
Okay.
I want to shine a light on him because he's always helping everybody out around him, me included. I just got my own car, but he's been lending me his car for like almost a whole year while I saved up my money to get my own. So I just want to make a shout out to him. Thank you so much for helping me in all that you do.
Aww. I like that. And I like that you can acknowledge, like, sometimes we take people for granted, but that is a big deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
exactly. I mean, he's not a perfect at all, a mess, but he's very giving.
You're doing loving. So good.
And so, exactly. Well, I gotta be honest.
You're a mess, girl, but that's my mess.
Yes, that's my mess. So I appreciate every little bit of it.
All right. Thank you.
Mess. Thank you so much.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light. 800-292-5150 is the number in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And let's talk about Drake and J. Cole. What they got going on is Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie is next.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to me.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. It's time for some Yeetie. And shout out to Tim. She performed at Honeyland Festival over the weekend, too. The first ever Honeyland Festival in Houston. All right, and speaking of performing, Drake has announced some dates for 2024. He is getting to the money, by the way. And it's All a Blur tour, big as the what. And J. Cole is going to be on a lot of these dates. It kicks off January 18th in Denver, Colorado. Now, I feel bad for the people who are going to miss J. Cole on the dates, like my producer, Dan.
Yeah, I'm sad about this.
You were sad, but I'm sure J. Cole probably has his other responsibilities of things that he's doing. So some of those dates, if you're in Belmont Park, New York, if you're in State College, Pennsylvania, Sunrise, Florida, Birmingham, Alabama, unfortunately for you, J. Cole will not be on those dates. But I'm sure everybody's going to be lined up to go see Drake. And I'm sure he'll fill it in with somebody else, right? All right, now let's get into Little Scrappy and Erica Dixon. The two of them have been hanging out a lot together. Now, at first, it seemed like Little Scrappy was getting back together with Diamond. Remember, we saw Diamond at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and it seemed like the two of them were, back to being a thing. Well, it looks like now Little Scrappy and Erica Dixon may potentially be rekindling their flames. If you watch Love and Hip Hop, you know how we did not anticipate this happening, this spinning of the block. But here's what the two of them had to say on live together.
I'll be mad because me and my baby daddy can co-parent and get to the money. I'm sorry you can't get to the money with your baby daddy. You know what I'm saying?
He's not around.
He's
not existing.
Step your game up, sex your frame up, sis. Don't be mad at me.
I want my baby mama, though.
Be mad at you.
I want my baby mama, though.
All right. Now, this is also different because Bambi broke up. Bambi and Scrappy broke up, and I'm sure she feels a way about Scrappy getting back together with Erica because the two of them did not really get along at all. And here's what Bambi had to say to Leah Henry when asked how she feels about the two of them reuniting.
Did he give you any indication when y'all were in this relationship that that was a thing? Because it's looking very comfortable to me.
No, he never did. And then the thing about it is, honestly, I have completely moved on. But it's like now looking back, when you've heard someone say the types of things that he said about both of these women and then see where he is today, it just lets me know that I made the right decision.
All right. In addition to that, Chaotic has weighed in. It feels like he's making a joke, but he posted, Scrappy and Erica eloped, y'all. That's why they ain't take me to Vegas with them, because Scrappy got a new best man. So, don't know what's really going on with the two of them, but apparently they're spinning the block. All right. Meek Mill has reacted to first week sales projections for his joint project with Rick Ross, Too Good to Be True. It looks like it's estimated to do between 30 and 35,000 units in its first 7 days. People thought it was going to do better than that because they've been promoting this album heavily. But Meek Mill went on social media and said, it says me and Rick Ross on pace to sell 35K first week. I would post if it said 350K. I'm too nice and rich to be rapping in a controlled music environment. That's why we dropping music on Fridays. It doesn't make sense. Now we all own our music. We get in the tech bill to put people on our own musical subscriptions, and we're going to let direct-to-consumer see if rap is doing well. And he said the streets love this album too. I'm going to use every drop of my talent now. I own 100% of my music now. So, yeah, that's what Meek Mill had to say about those numbers. He also said that he never wanted to be on billboards. A lot of them guys, they market it in front of us, can't make 100K today. If people believe that, though, I want that market too. I'm hungry, LOL. And he also talked about the dangers of staring at social media, fantasizing about other people's lives, and getting mentally sick. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. Now, let's get into some classic hip-hop. Here is Biggie from Brooklyn, where I'm from. Big Papa is way up.
Last night. So, about last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Happy Monday. And it's time for About Last Night. Now, Dan is here.
Yes, ma'am.
We had some headphones sitting here from Mano. I don't know what happened to him today because he's usually very excited for Tell Us a Secret, as you guys should be too. But for About Last Night, first I want to talk about my guy, Donnell Rawlings, right? On Friday, he filmed his Netflix special. Of course, Dave Chappelle is producing it, so Dave was there also.
How was it?
It was really, really good. He did 2 shows at the Hard Rock in New York City, and very funny. So previously he taped one, and this was in Charlotte. This was during COVID, so people had on masks, and it just was not the vibe that this was. And I think it's good that he redid it. He said, Dave told him, when they were looking at the editing, I think we need to do it again.
So he scrapped that last.
So he scrapped the last one and redid it. And I think it's important to be able to take that type of critique from somebody who wants what's best for you.
Yeah.
Because it's also Dave's name on it too. So he's not just saying that. And Donnell said at first he was like, but then he got the check and he was like, all right, we'll do it again. And so this one was amazing. So shout out to him. I told Donnell, I brought like 15 people with me. Because that's my guy. I love Donnell. Y'all don't understand. Like, I've known Donnell since before the Chappelle show. He used to live in Brooklyn. I used to go to all his stand-up. And so he talked about that, too. You know, being at Poke Knockers and all of that back in the day. And his come-up in the business. So, great, great, great time. My friends, there was an after party, too, by the way. My friends were very, very lit at the after party. And they do take your phones. All right. And then the next morning, I headed out on a 7:30 a.m. flight to Houston did not sleep, and went to Honeyland Festival. This is the first time they've done that. And my job at this festival was I had to sit down with Tabitha Brown. Now, Tabitha Brown, when I tell you people go so crazy for her, this was my first time having a conversation with her, and it was amazing. And what I love about her story is she actually used to want to do stand-up comedy, and she is an actor, but she had a tough time in the beginning booking work. And so what really popped her off was about 6 years ago, she did a review of a Whole Foods plant-based sandwich, and it went viral. And then Whole Foods contacted her. And then she ended up being an influencer for Whole Foods. And so just hearing her journey, and she's truly like a great, nice, sweet person. They call her America's Mom. She just got nominated for 2 Emmys. She has a New York Times best-selling book. She's an author, but she also has a vegan-based show on the Food Network, the first time they've ever done that, a competition show. It's complicated. So it was just an honor for me to be able to sit down and have a conversation with her about manifestation and, pivoting in her career and being able to do all the things that she wants to do and having to say no to people sometimes. She says she has no problem saying no. She could say it in every language. Sometimes it's really hard when you're trying to make it and you want to do everything you can. So I had an active weekend.
Sounds like it. How you feeling now?
A little stuffy.
Yeah, need some rest.
I need some rest.
Yeah.
But we keep it moving, guys. And you know why? It's a Monday. And so why don't y'all entertain me with Tell Us a Secret? Some people be thinking it's not real. I should go live and show people behind the scenes how real Tell Us a Secret is when you guys call in and anonymously, with no judgment, you get to tell us your secret. It might be something you've never told anybody else, but we're always interested to hear, and I'm not going to judge you. 800-292-5150. Call us up and tell us a secret on a Monday. Make it juicy. Once again, that's 800-292-5150. It's way up.
Yeah.
Way up.
Shh. This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Happy Monday, and it's time for Tell Us a Secret. You guys be calling up here anonymously. We don't judge you. And I went live just to show you how real it is, okay? 800-292-5150. Anonymous caller, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Angela?
I'm good, thank you. You want to tell us a secret?
Yeah. This dude had been hitting me up, basically trying to get with me for a few months.
Uh-huh.
And I have been denying him, so I basically told him that if he paid me $700, I would do it. And he was like, all right, I'll get you the money, da-da-da. So I get to his house, we're about to do it, and he could not get it up. But what I did do is make sure I got my money first. And I literally stayed there for over an hour trying to, work with him. He's like, move in this position, do this, do that, but nothing worked. But I got $700.
Now, why $700? What made you pick that number?
I tried to bargain with him. First I wanted $1,000, but he told me he didn't have it. That was kind of the most that I could get him to break his bank, and he literally went into his safe and gave me $600 in cash and then Zelled the rest. So it was kind of all I could get from him, basically.
Have you spoken to him since?
Yeah, he wants to do a second try, but I'm like, the price is going to go
refunds.
up.
You said no refunds, baby. It didn't work?
Yeah, I'm like, great. So no, I don't think I will do it again, but I definitely feel like the money that I got in the situation, it was okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, you didn't have to do anything. Could have been way worse.
Yeah, I wish Nana was there so I could tell him.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure he's gonna see this, and I don't know if you wish he was here for that, because,
Yeah, he can be a little judgy.
Well, thank you for sharing. That was the easiest $700 you ever made.
Yeah, thank you for not judging me.
Oh no, that's the whole point of this. Is no judgment.
Right, exactly. So keep doing you, and I appreciate all that you do for women and all the positivity that you bring.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling.
Of course. Take care.
Hey, what's up, anonymous caller? How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm good. You want to tell us a secret?
Yeah, I wear lifts in my shoes.
Oh, you wear a lift in your shoes. Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Oh, okay. You're my height. Okay. And with the lift, how tall are you?
5'6". 5'5".
Do you normally date taller women?
No, I normally date small.
Okay. So why do you wear the lift? You just want to appear taller?
Yeah, it's like walking around without them, it feels super weird.
All right. All
But I'm
right.
just so used to doing it. Yeah.
It's like kind of like when we wear waist trainers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a padded bra for your feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could still leave a message. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie and Finesse 2 times. Who would have ever thunk it? He is now in a monogamous relationship. We'll tell you what happened is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for some Yee tea. So, Finesse 2 times has decided, after being in a polygamous relationship, to just have one woman. And when he was on Lip Service, he first announced this.
You know, I'm in a polygamy. I gotta have more than one woman.
But they know about each other.
Yeah, we stay together.
Oh. How many women?
3.
All right, so he did at one point have 3 women, but now he posted on social media, I'm focusing on FNG sugar only. I don't need 2 to 3 women no more. I got kids. That ish ain't what up. And nah, this ain't about no baby mama ish. All my baby mamas know I take care of mine, here or not. And that's his longtime girlfriend too. She actually had gotten a pretty big tattoo of his face and said that she'd been thinking about getting it for quite some time and finally did it. And she had posted that tattoo on social media, and he actually hooked her up with the tattoo artist and everything. Okay, so now he's decided that's the one. Give him some applause for that again. I mean, good for you. All right, now Moneybagg Yo and Ari Fletcher, are they married or is she just being sarcastic? Somebody posted, I love Ari, but a man not going to marry a woman who posts her body all over the internet. And she said, I've been married for 2 years. So maybe they really are married, or maybe she's just like, shut up, mind your business. What, Dan?
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. You're like, I'm not weighing in on these women's business.
Nope, not my problem.
All right, now this was an interesting story to me. This happened on Delta. Now, shout out to Bobby Storm. She's a Grammy-nominated singer. Really excited for her. She's up for 2 Grammys and found out while she was getting on this flight. And she decided that she wanted to bless everybody that was there on the flight with a little performance, similar to how Beanie Man was on the flight performing and everybody was excited and that went viral. Everybody's like, that's dope. Well, here's what happened when she tried to perform on the plane.
Can you please answer my question? Are you willing and able to be quiet right now?
I'm doing what the Lord is telling me to do.
I'm asking you a question, yes or no. I'm your flight leader. I need you to follow my instruction.
Okay.
My instruction for you to answer my question. Are you able to be quiet?
What do you guys think?
If you're not able to follow my instruction, you will not be taking this flight.
All right. Now, since then, she posted on social media, at the end of the day, God is glorified. Tell me, how are you choosing love on purpose? Blessings to you all from your fearless flight singer. We can't forget him, the Maverick Way. She's a featured vocalist on Maverick City Music's latest Grammy-nominated album also. And here is what she had to say, because Delta did reach out after this. My thoughts are, I fly a lot. And Dan and I had a little back and forth about this behind the scenes. And that's when I brought up the whole Beanie Man situation. And that wouldn't have bothered me personally. I saw a lot of people in the comments saying, what if you're not a Christian? What if you don't feel like hearing this? What if you're a different religion and it's being forced upon you? I just kind of feel like she got nominated for 2 Grammys. That's really exciting. If I could sing, I would have sang too for a hot second. What do you think, Dan?
I get it. And I also feel like it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But on the flip side, like, I don't know, I ride public transportation all the time. When people start singing, I can't stand it. Just like, leave me alone. It's nothing personal. I have no issue with you. Like, congratulations, God bless you, but leave me alone.
And maybe for me, I'm a New Yorker, and I am used to people doing whatever all the time. So it doesn't really bother me because I'm used to it. You go on, you could ignore it, or you could not. Or you could just be like, congratulations, and, let's celebrate with you. Here's what she had to say about Delta reaching out after.
Delta, they did reach out to me. I don't want this man to be reprimanded where he loses his job. I simply want us to keep in mind how to treat each other. There was no rules being broken, and it was just me spreading my joy with people after they gave me the go to do so.
Yeah, so she was just spreading some joy. And I do feel like the way he talked to her was a
Yes,
lot.
yes.
You know, she's singing, she got nominated. Like, I would have been like, congratulations, that is so dope. Listen, you know, just out of respect for the other people on the flight, if you could not sing on the, you know, you did your thing, girl, congrats. But let's keep it moving.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, so, but congratulations to you, Bobby Storm. That's a huge deal. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. And these are stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. You know what? Let's talk about somebody else. A Starbucks worker, he actually gave up all these different recipes. He's not working there anymore, and he wants people to boycott. We'll give you the full story, but when we come back, again, in Under the Radar, right now, let's do some Hate It or Love It. It's a game featuring 50 Cent. It's Way Up.
That relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Under the Radar. We got to start with this because we always want to make sure we are doing our service to everybody. Krispy Kreme is giving away free boxes of donuts. It's World Kindness Day. So today, that's the promotion. Now, only the first 500 guests that visit each Krispy Kreme store that's participating will get a free box of donuts, and it's taking place only in the United States. That's dope.
I'm here for it.
All right, so make sure you guys go get your Krispy Kreme donuts.
I love Krispy Kreme.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I want to see what you guys think about this. The WeWork founder, we all know WeWork has filed for bankruptcy. Adam Newman, he has a new house in Miami as the company that he started, he's the founder of, is going bankrupt. A lot of people out of jobs, out of work. They said morale is horrific at WeWork. But in the meantime, Adam Newman is doing just fine. He's actually worth about $1.7 billion. And he's living right by Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump with their kids. It's, you know, that's a hard one because people hate to see you flaunt your wealth while the people who worked at your company got burned the way that they have. But what can you do? That's his personal.
It's tough.
Why you say it's tough?
Because all those people just lost everything. Let's say, you know, all those people that were at high-end ranking positions in that job, they just lost it.
Yeah.
And here he is.
Living
in
it
your
up.
face. Yep.
But, you know, that's why people start companies, and a lot of times it doesn't affect your personal wealth. Your company can go bankrupt, and they did oust him from the company, so he hasn't been there for a while. But he's also launching something new, right? So right now he has a company called Flow. It's his latest startup. He got a $350 million investment already for that company, and they are mega investors. It has a $1 billion valuation as of August of 2022, and it hasn't even launched yet. They're going to build rental communities that will foster a feeling of ownership and community. Another project. All right, could be interesting. I don't know, but that's just a tough one to see somebody just thriving in that way, and you're like, eh. All right, and now let's talk about Starbucks. Starbucks worker has encouraged people to boycott, and in the midst of doing all that, he went on TikTok to expose some drink recipes before he quit, and this got a whole lot of views. He wants you to boycott, but he wants you to be able to make these drinks you love at home. Here's what he said.
Welcome back to my series where I show you how to make all the different Starbucks drinks as somebody who's about to leave the company, so you can participate in your boycott and still be able to drink all of the drinks in the world.
All right, and the context of all of this is he is upset about the ongoing conflict between Starbucks corporate and their union and their stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict in the Middle East. And so he wants people to boycott but make these drinks at home.
Sounds like a lawsuit.
Oh, but that he gave out
Giving
that
out their
information?
recipes?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if there's an NDA and you're not allowed to do that, it does sound like one.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have anything, then it wouldn't matter. Like, if he's not, you know, when you get sued, if you don't have the money, then what?
That's a good question.
All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. And, you know, we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour on a Monday. Plus, we have special guests Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith joining us about their book, The Invisible Ache, Black Men Identifying Their Pain and Reclaiming Their Power. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Happy Monday. Let's get into some Yee tea. All right, Dave East was on the My Expert Opinion podcast, and one of the things that he talked about was not drinking lean anymore. And I love when people give up lean because honestly, I haven't seen it do anything positive. And we've seen so many different people really struggle with that and even die from it. So here's what Dave East had to say.
It dries your intestines out. It dehydrates your body. That used to scare me because I could be chilling, sipping, go to sleep, and wake up with the that'll put me on the floor. Real pain. And I went through that getting off the in my mind while that was happening to me. I go, if this is the pain I'm gonna feel every time I don't got this, I can't with this.
All right, and then he also shared that when he asked most of his friends and loved ones, they hated it, and they revealed that he actually lost one of his close friends who also abused this substance. And so he said his death scared him while reflecting on what would have become of himself if he continued to keep on drinking that lean. So you got to make sure. Yeah. Dan, you were going to say something?
No, I mean, it's great to hear when people open up about why they stopped doing that type of thing.
And hopefully that will discourage people from even starting.
Yeah.
And also for people who are listening and maybe already indulging, that might encourage you to be like, I do need to stop doing this too. Yeah. I remember Paul Wall talking about it before and the weight that he had gained from it and how it slows down your metabolism so much.
Offset talked about it when he was up here.
And having to really kick that habit. Yeah. All right. Keke Palmer. Oh man, her ex, Darius Jackson, is denying these abuse allegations against him. And TMZ has some new information. Now, I guess he's attempting to put out messages between himself and a phone call that happened. And we're going to explain this also. Here's the phone call. So this is Keke Palmer's mother who is talking to him.
Where's my baby?
And you better watch out. You might get a bullet in your mother.
All right, so he's saying that Keke Palmer's mother threatened to put a bullet in his head. And then there were some messages between Keke's mom and Darius's mother. It says, "Hello, Sharon. How are you? I've tried not to get involved in my son's personal business, but I heard that you are going to put a bullet in my son's head. Well, then now we have to involve the authorities because you don't respect or value yourself, and I can see not my son's life. You might have to kill all of us. I will file a police report on you now." All right, now there's also an update to that on TMZ. It says a source close to Keke Palmer says Darius Jackson made his way into her home that Sunday, began to cuss Keke out as she was on the phone with Sharon, her mom, and we're told that she made the threat about the bullet because she feared for her daughter's safety and couldn't be there in person to protect Keke. So the messages that he put out was really just, that's what happened behind the scenes. He went into the house, was threatening her. Keke's mom couldn't do it. I think any mom would say that about their child. I'll put a bullet in your head. Not that you would do that, but in defense of your child and knowing that there's a baby in the house, that's the type of conversations that could take place. It's just sad to see all of this playing out while they have an infant son and that they have to go through this. And I'm sure for Keke, having given birth to a baby, this is not easy to have all of this public.
Happened so quickly too.
One day you're in love, and people talk about the warning signs. They hated what he had to say when she was at the Usher concert, and he told her, you're a mom, you shouldn't be. That was for people a red flag. And then all of this is happening. And so I feel like she's constantly trying to keep things private when it comes to her relationship. But unfortunately, this is spilling over. And we'll see as everything plays out. We just want to show our support. All right, Nas, his audition tape for Paid in Full has appeared online. I love watching these audition tapes. Who else? Somebody just recently had one that was pretty good also. I'm trying to remember who it was. But anyway, here's his audition tape.
Yo, you Ace, right? Yeah, what's up? Yo, this the new 450? Yo, got the dual gold rims with the gold insignia up front. Got the 12 on the hood, right? Yeah, you living.
I feel like should they be allowed to put these things out? Because sometimes it's a little embarrassing. Like you do an audition tape, you don't think the world is going to see it. It's supposed to be just for somebody to see, but
Have you ever done an audition tape?
I've auditioned for things, so I'm sure there's tapes that exist.
Yeah.
I didn't make it myself, but yeah, I'm sure.
For what?
I don't even remember. It was probably so. You know what? I don't know if I really have. I'm trying to think if I've ever auditioned. People have asked me to do things and then been come in and read for this. So yeah. Right. So yeah, definitely. And I also want to talk about this movie, The Marvels. It debuted with $47 million, and they're saying that's like a low for Marvel.
For The Marvels.
But I do want to note that it was a strike going on. So normally people would, and I hate this because a black woman actually directed this.
Nia DaCosta.
Yeah, Nia DaCosta. So I just hate that for her because it's not that it was a difficult time to put out a movie.
Right.
When people could not promote.
Right.
And it was also led by women, too. So,
and Marvel always puts so much into their rollout
their marketing
for movies. Yeah.
and promotions.
Yeah.
So it just kind of was like a bad timing for something like that to happen. So go and support. All right. Well, that is your Yee tea. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Any question you have, we are here to help. It's Way Up with Angela.
Here I go. Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Anything you have going on, I'm here to help. What's up, Candace? How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed too in that case. What's your question today?
I was in an abusive relationship for over 8 years.
Ooh.
And I've been out of it for years now. And what I'm asking is, how do I get back out there in the dating world? Because I ugly myself up so I can't attract guys or women. And now I want to get back out there.
All right. Well, first of all, I think before you even date, you got to learn to love yourself again. And trust me, I know that's not easy after coming out of an unhealthy relationship where this person was abusive towards you. First of all, you got out. And some people don't even do that. So like you said, you are blessed. And you deserve happiness. You deserve love. But now the important part is building yourself back up again. Have you ever gotten help from anybody?
I've gone to therapy. So I'm getting my mind back and my body. But now it's like I want my heart.
Yes. And be patient with yourself because it does take time to heal from your past. Now, one thing I always say about relationships that's a positive thing is that when you go through something like that, you know what to look for in the future and what those signs are and what you don't want.
Being in an abusive relationship, sometimes you don't see the red signs until it's too late.
Right. But I think now moving forward, like, trust yourself and your instincts. And it's okay for you to discuss your past relationship. I think going to therapy, that's going to be an ongoing thing. You definitely have PTSD from your past traumatic situations. And so, you know, with that, that's going to be a constant, you making sure that you're speaking to someone, being open and honest, being able to communicate. And anybody you do decide to give a chance to and talk to, just make sure that's somebody that you can communicate with and be open with about things that you've gone through, so that if something triggers you or reminds you of any type of behavior that you've experienced in the past, you can let them know right away. I think it's important to know what you're looking for too. Like, what is it that you want in a person? And that might mean that you decide those things, and then perhaps a matchmaker might be something good if you're serious about that, even online dating, so you can talk to somebody before you even take those steps to meet in person.
That's something to think about. I didn't even think about it like that. Thank you.
Yeah, like,
it's just getting back out here is scary.
Yeah, no, listen, it's scary no matter what, because, you know, dating today
I used to be really beautiful. For so many years, I've uglied myself up, and it's like, oh my God, I'm beautiful, but I don't know how to go about doing that now.
Candace, date yourself first. Like, do some things really positive for yourself. You know, go and do what you need to do. Get that makeover, get that new haircut, whatever it is that you need to do to feel better about yourself. Because like you said, you are beautiful, and you can't let somebody else's past, what they've done, dictate you moving forward in the future, because you don't want that to continue to have a hold on you. What you can say is, I learned from that situation. I survived it, and now I'm ready to...
I've learned, I've survived, and I talk to other women that I see is going through things, and that was the biggest thing for me. I didn't think about, okay, why is this happening to me? I thought about, okay, now what can I do to help someone else see the signs and not have to go through this? So I talk to women, and I tell women and men, I was in an abusive relationship, and this is what it does.
And talk to yourself too, you know, and prioritizing yourself and your self-care and making sure that you are at your best, you know, whether that's thinking about like what you're eating, because sometimes even just changing our diet, I was talking about this over the weekend, just sometimes certain things make us feel more energetic, better about ourselves, making sure we're getting the proper nutrients, but then also, like you said, physically putting yourself together the way that you fly. All right, so get back to...
I try to be, but you know what though? What keeps me knowing I'm fly is listening to you every day. And that's what made me get that's what made me get the courage to actually call in and tell you, and for your advice.
Oh, well, thank you, Candace. And listen, group settings, I think that's always a great thing. Do you have friends and family, like a support system of people around you?
I have a small support system because it's, again, hard for me to trust. So some friends that I had that were really, really, truly good friends with what I was going through, I kind of pushed them away and alienated them because I was afraid of them, and they didn't realize that.
Right.
So now that I'm starting to get out there more, I started to reach out and I started to be honest and tell my friends what I was going through.
That's right. This is not going to have a control over you anymore. So I just want to say, even don't put that pressure on yourself, right? Just get back to you. But group settings, going out with your friends, just even being outside again, just having conversations with people, all of that so that you could feel a little bit more comfortable and pay attention to your instincts still, and so now you know. And and just go outside. There's people out there. I believe there's more good people than bad people in this world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fact. And everybody don't got to be a potential mate. It could be just, a potential friend.
I just want friends right now.
Yeah.
I just want friends and just let whatever happens supposed to happen. But now I'm more aware.
Okay. Well, Candace, I look forward to you being back outside.
Thank you so much.
What city are you in?
Thank you. Detroit.
Okay. Oh, okay. I love the D. I'm going to be out there December 2nd and December 17th. So I'm going to look for you. Hit me up. DM me.
You know what? I thank you and I appreciate you.
Maybe we'll go do some hot yoga.
Anything, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so
LCD
much.
Studios. All right. Hold on the line, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, well, that was Ask Ye. And when we come back, we have very special guests joining us, Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith with their book, The Invisible Ache, Black Men Identifying Their Pain and Reclaiming Their Power. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I said let's get it. Let's go. Way Up with Angela Yee is back to set off your workday. Turn the music up.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. My guy Mano is here.
Mano.
All right, and we have Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith here talking about this book, The Invisible Ache. A lot of this book is about Black men identifying their pain, and Mano, I feel like, is somebody that hasn't tapped into that.
I tapped in. Understandable that as a Black man that there's a lot of issues that we haven't addressed.
Yeah.
Right. I spent a lot of years in prison. You couple that with just being in the type of environment that I grew up in. There's a lot of things that we haven't dealt with. And you don't know until later on. I went through a period of time where I was getting a lot of therapy because I had needed it at that time. But I think therapy is, you can continue to get it. I don't think you can get it for a certain time and then stop.
Oh, no. That's why we're here. That's what The Invisible Ache is about.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say something. I love what you just said about being in prison. Not that you were there, but everybody's in prison, whether they know it or not. Some people are locked up, which is different than the prison we have in our minds. And it is that prison that many Black men, Black boys, and Black people do not realize that just because we are no longer enslaved does not mean there are not shackles.
That's right.
On our thoughts, on our minds, that we are not living into lies instead of the truth.
That's right.
About who we were destined and born to be.
The way you guys put this book together is very unique. We have Dr. Robin, who we've all seen, and very acclaimed therapist, psychiatrist from Oprah. And then, of course, Courtney B. Vance, who, by the way, besides being just an extraordinary actor, but you guys came together to do this book. And Courtney, you shared a lot of things about yourself that also led to you seeking out therapy. And then Dr. Robin, you also explained in each chapter as he was talking about things from his childhood and his adulthood that led to you guys kind of coming together to do this. What made you decide this was necessary?
Well, it's necessary for me because I was shackled. And didn't realize it until my mother asked my sister and I, after we spent a month getting my mother's affairs together, after my father passed away, she challenged us as we were about to leave. She said, I want you to get some therapy, find a therapist.
And Courtney,
yes,
and
ma'am.
because Daddy Vance died, by suicide.
By suicide.
So he didn't just pass away.
He died by suicide.
So that's why
33
mommy
years
said,
ago.
we got to do something about
We
this.
got to break this.
Right now, Mano and I are talking to actor Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith. I have like 20 questions from what you just said.
Go.
Number one, from the book, you talked about even getting a therapist, the right person. That's important to discuss, right? Because
Right.
sometimes
That's
you
easy.
can be turned off if you have an
Right.
experience, you go in to talk to somebody, you had that experience where it just wasn't the right fit. Sometimes we feel like our therapist has to look like us.
No.
Right? And
It doesn't.
you know, do I need to have a black person? So I want you to discuss the process of finding the right therapist for you. And if you don't have the right person, to make sure that it's like dating, kind of.
Just
You
like
have
dating.
to find somebody that you're compatible with. So can you talk about that process?
It's you know, which is why you've got to be ready for the journey. You've got to say, I'm doing this for me. And I'm in it for the long haul. There's so many obstacles. Even when you find a therapist, it's like, oh, it's my therapy night. You know, there's so many reasons to say I'm not going to do it. But I had gotten to the place where I was at the end of my rope, but not the end of my hope.
You know, when we talk about how to find the right therapist, people will say maybe the person needs to be black because I'm black. They need to be Christian because I'm Christian. And so I will ask people, when you go for, if you have to have heart surgery or eye surgery, do you ask for a black surgeon? Do you have, no, what you want to know is, can you get me off the table alive?
Looking for the best.
Right. And so many of us miss out. And I understand why. And Courtney and I talk about this because we as black people have been experimented on. There's no question that our suspicion makes sense. And it's our responsibility to understand that that's just another way to keep us out of the game of our own lives, meaning to make us afraid, so afraid that we don't go to doctors and black men,
Right.
you know, who are dying and get this, dying more of prostate cancer, but diagnosed because they're not diagnosed because they don't go.
Doesn't go.
So we get it less, but we die more. We get breast cancer less, black women, but we die more. What we see now with suicides is black children are dying at a higher rate of suicide than any other population in this country.
All right, we have Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith here with us discussing their book, The Invisible Ache, Black Men Identifying Their Pain and Reclaiming Their Power. Really powerful conversation for anybody listening. Make sure you tune in, 800-292-5150. If you want to leave a message there, hear it. We have more when we come back. It's Way Up.
Let's go! Way Up with Angela Yee is back to set off your workday. Turn the music up.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here with me, and we are talking to Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith about their book, The Invisible Ache, Black Men Identifying Their Pain and Reclaiming Their Power. I definitely wanted Mano to be here for this interview. So, Mano, you have a question?
In the world that we live in, having responsibilities,
Yeah.
you know, being a black man and having so many responsibilities is almost, I felt like I don't even have the luxury to be able to
Not be okay.
not be okay. I've dealt with so much,
Yeah.
and I deal with so much that it's like I'm numb. I don't ignore things. I deal with them, but I feel like I don't have the luxury of not being okay. I don't have the luxury of being able to just, you know, say, all right, I just want to take this time off to deal with me or self-care. Like, I don't think I'm...
And that's
Right.
fine. But I think we're talking about little bitty start small. This last night, I was just in the hotel room. I was like, I need to go get some air, just for me. When I come back, I know I'll feel better because I know what it does for me. You need what you need to do for yourself. And sometimes, after everybody else is taken care of, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. And they know that about me. Daddy's gonna get on the bike, and I'll be back. And if you need me, you know how to get me. Text me, call me, whatever. But I need to go do for me.
Just something for you.
Something for
And
me.
so this is what, when you said you don't, have the luxury, and I said to you, you don't have the luxury not to do it. Small things.
Small things.
Because the issue of worthiness, I mean, really, of black boys and black men feeling that they are worthy of being cared for,
Right.
and that they are worthy of caring for themselves.
Indeed.
Even if the people around them, mothers, fathers, women, whoever, even if someone in a society that sees you as a threat and danger, there is something about rewiring your own brain.
Right. That's the thing. We don't grow up feeling that we can show true, honest emotion.
Yes.
We shy away from that.
It could be dangerous, literally.
Right.
I mean, people lose their lives. Yeah.
Right. So it's so many different elements, you know, in this world that helps to prevent us from being able to be as vulnerable.
Yes.
You know.
But if that's my superpower.
Right. But we have to learn that.
Right. We do have to, but wouldn't that be just like the system to want me to not claim what will make me even more whole and powerful?
You got I follow you.
And I feel
definitely.
we're saying the same.
Yeah,
so that's part of the thing. It's to keep us thinking I can't afford.
Right.
It's to keep me thinking
can't afford it not to.
That I better show nothing. You know, I always say where it says never let them see you sweat.
Right.
And I'm like, that's good for a commercial, but it's not good for a soul.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming through The Invisible Ache. Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith. Just amazing to have been able to read this. I highly recommend Black Men Identifying Their Pain and Reclaiming Their Power. In particular, Maina, who is a very close, dear friend of mine. I wanted to make sure.
I appreciate the
Thank
talk.
you so much.
He was here
Very
for this.
much.
I could already tell it meant a lot to you.
Definitely.
Yeah, no,
And to
I
me.
appreciate you.
I really believe in this, you know, with my background and not having outlets or not feeling vulnerable enough to even look for outlets to deal with some of the things that's going on. Right.
But see, when you come through this, and look, I'm gonna speak prophetically. It's already done. What a ministry you have to be able to talk to people that know you and be able to say, this is where I was, this is where I came through.
Right.
Come on, you can come with really. Can we do it?
Right.
You know, I mean, that's why I said, for me, 30 years ago, I was in prep for today. You know, so our children are 18, and if I hadn't done the work, I wouldn't have met Angela. But you know, so you're in prep work for what's about to, you know. So that's why I said it's life work. You have to do it. You know, because you know you don't know what he's got planned for you. You got some. You got to get ready. You got to
Get you
ready.
an Angela. That's what I heard.
Angela's out there.
Get you an Angela.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Appreciate you more.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much to Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith for joining us. You can pick up their book, The Invisible Ache. If you want to see the full interview, it's on my YouTube channel at Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, of course, you guys have the last word. It's Way Up.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and happy Monday. Next week is the holiday, so make sure you guys are prepared for all of that. I got to get my house cleaning in effect and get that done because it is a mess, guys. All right. Well, thank you to Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin L. Smith for joining us. You can pick up their book, The Invisible Ache. You can watch that full interview on our YouTube channel at Way Up with Yee. It is an amazing conversation. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow with more Way Up with Angela Yee. You guys have a safe rest of your day. And let's hear your last words.
My secret is when I was 16, 17-ish years old, still living with my mother, I did not want to get in trouble staying out too late with a boy. And I faked a whole, like, being abducted and kidnapping. I know, so horrible. But I did that. I drove some miles from home as if I was taken and left there, ripped my clothes and everything.
Hi, Angela Yee. This is Nicole from Brooklyn. I'm calling because when I'm on the train in the morning, I do not want anyone yelling first thing in the morning on my way to work. I just want to read my book quietly. When I get on the train in the afternoon, I don't want to hear anyone banging on drums because, again, I want to read my book quietly.
Going way up with Angela Yee.